Hi there, this is Django, and I have another saber for you guys to take a look at. This is a Obi-Wan Return of the Sith, MHS based. Really not really any custom parts other than the circuit card on the top. All of the other parts can be found at the custom saber shop, usually in stock. This is powder coated, this is powder coated, this is powder coated. The only part that isn't is this, because well, I didn't order this ahead of time. This saber was actually in my build log as possible projects, and LoganV contacted me about it and asked if I was had any takers on the offer, and I'm like, nope, still there. And he and I talked back and forth. We negotiated on the price, and here is the saber, which is actually on the stand backwards. The saber itself has a Petite Crouton 2.0 housed here in the middle. I was able to use a larger battery size with one of the new configurations I've been trying out. It's a 18500. They're wired in series, and it's about here. 7.4 volts standard. It's got a regular speaker here in the back. One of the 2-watt high bass speakers, recharge port in the pommel, and it's got the touch plate activation and auxiliary. For the main LED, it's got a tri-rebel blue white in it, and it's got the white as a flash on clash, and the two blues running in parallel at 1 amp each for the main blade, which is the maximum rating for the tri-rebels, which are a very efficient LED, and they're quickly becoming one of my favorite to use. So for the standard colors, I haven't tried any color mixing yet, but I've been hearing some good reports from other sabersmiths. So when I get a chance, I'll try that out too. Okay, well, you've heard me talk for 2 minutes without turning on the saber. Kill key is out. The sound font is Mad Cow's Fates, and he purchased that from saberfont.com. And the power on is right here. Oops. Right. Sorry, it's in the back. The other saber I did was in the front. So power on is in the back, and then the auxiliary is in the front. So it's a nice crisp white flash on clash. It's really prominent. You can see it very well. Quite pleased with it. Doesn't have any other blinkies, more of an all business kind of setup. Put a blade on it. Okay, this is a TCS trans white. Oops. Damn day here. Alrighty, so catch the lights off. It's a nice, bright, even blade. These are the standard narrow optics. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you the SD card access because it was something new I was trying out. Okay, SD card is accessed via the pommel, and of course you always want to put the kill key in when you're going in to change any sound fonts or anything. This pommel spins kind of freely, the insert anyway. It was sanded down a little bit. This pommel is there was some powder coating on the inside of the threads, so the pommel itself is a pretty tight turn. So I usually take and put a little screw in here to hold the MPI in place. Okay, so that's it. It's out. Okay, so you want to minimize any twisting of the wires. There's obviously some there that you can see. I don't know if I'm holding it in the right spot. So here's the speaker pod. What I did with the speaker is a little bit different from what I normally do, and I've been actually starting to do this on quite a few different helts, is that it's a TCS speaker pod, but I've dremeled it out to where there's a pass-through for the wires. So the wires, you know, instead of sliding around or trying to fit around in a speaker setup, would actually fit through and be protected by the speaker setup, since there always is a little bit of room that's, you know, allowable for that. This one actually has a little slot on it. It's one of the older ones, and this actually fits inside. There's a slot cut in the mailing card that so this kind of locks in place. Well, kind of. Anyway, so once you get this open and out, you can reach in and get the SD card just by popping it out. Oops. I recommend straight hemiostats if you can get some. If you're uncomfortable doing it, or wrap some tape around the ends. That way you take your card out, put it in the SD card adapter, put it on your computer, make your changes, take and put your card back in. I always just put it in enough to where it's in a guide, and then I use my finger to push it in the rest of the way. Once you hear it click in place, then you can just take and slide your speaker pod along the wire path, basically. Oops. And there you go. See, once it's back in there, then you can take and put your pommel back on. You want to make sure the pommel insert doesn't spin that much. That's why I use this, to keep it in the place. And just go ahead and turn it back. Okay, once it's on there firmly, you can take the kill key out, make sure you hear the boot up sound, and you should be good to go. If you don't hear the boot up sound, there might be a corrupt file or a file missing. So if that's the case, you need to take it apart again and reset your SD cards. Oops. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoy the saber, Logan, and have a good one. Later.